Hello, welcome back to the Road to Episode 8, my ongoing series where I chart the road to the release of Star Wars Episode 8 in December 2017. The Oscars were last night on February 28th, 2016, and The Force Awakens was up for a total of 5 Oscars for sound mixing, sound editing, film editing, original score, and of course, best visual effects. Sound editing went to Mad Max Fury Road, sound mixing went to Mad Max Fury Road, best visual effects went to Ex Machina, best original score went to The Hateful Eight, and film editing went to Mad Max Fury Road as well. So yeah, the Force Awakens went home with a total of 0 Oscars, none at all, zilch. But we did get the fun little segment with C-3PO and R2-D2 and BB-8 coming out on stage, doing a little bit, 3PO noting how he looked like the Oscar, or the Oscar looked like him. Nice little thing there. And my opinion on it really is that the only thing I was really disappointed about was John Williams not winning for best score. For me, Ennio Morricone's score for The Hateful Eight was fantastic, but in a 3-hour film, there's not much of it, whereas John Williams, I feel like, has a more substantial amount of work that went into The Force Awakens. That being said, it's not always a matter of quantity over quality, and how just damn cool was it to see the best original score for 2016 be basically between two 80-plus-year-old men. You know, John Williams 84, Ennio Morricone 87, two absolute legends, two of the greatest film composers in the history of cinema. It's not often you can actually say that, you know. I mean, you can look at actors and say, yeah, they're great, but, you know, you can literally look at John Williams and Ennio Morricone and say they are two of the best composers that have ever scored music for film. And they were both up for the award, and it was pretty much between those two guys. You know, John Williams seemed very happy when Morricone won and kind of patted him on the back and stuff, and then when Morricone did his speech, he basically said thank you to, or, you know, respect to all the other people who were nominated, but particularly John Williams. So that was just really damn cool, and a great moment for Ennio Morricone, who definitely deserved an Oscar after all these years, but I do feel like The Force Awakens score was a little bit better. But at the end of the day, it doesn't change anything. It really doesn't change anything, but it was fun to hope that it might win something, and that's all I can really say. Now, the big stuff I want to talk about in this installment of the series is some set glimpses we've got, some other stuff from social media, but first I'm going to talk about the Blu-ray. Now, of course, we're all anticipating the Blu-ray, which is coming out very soon. Apparently, we're going to get a digital release of The Force Awakens in March, which is tomorrow. So in the next couple of weeks, we might see The Force Awakens released digitally, which they did with Avengers Age of Ultron. You know, the Disney kind of format is to do that sometimes, or lately, I should say, last year. And the Blu-ray is apparently still slated for April. There's been no official announcement in terms of either the Blu-ray being released or any of the details of the Blu-ray whatsoever, but Walmart have released this. This is apparently an exclusive Walmart cover, or at least an exclusive, I guess, slipcover for the movie when it comes out. It looks pretty legit to me and kind of cool, and you got to wonder if they're going to maybe go with a bunch of different character ones to really milk that dollar to get people to buy it more than once. You know people are going to be double, triple, quadruple dipping on this movie. People in the Blu-ray collecting community, at least. I certainly won't be, but I mean, if I could, I would, honestly. But I mean, it looks pretty legit. They've taken it down now, apparently, but yeah, the word is that April is when we're going to get to see the Blu-ray for The Force Awakens, which is fair. It's about 4 to 5-ish months after the film came out. Well, that's 4 months, really, technically. And a list of special features has been, I suppose, quote-unquote, leaked on the Swedish website CD-ON, which I believe I've used before. They kind of put like a list of the special features, and here we go. Whether these are true or not, I don't know, but they sound pretty legit to me. We have Secrets of the Force Awakens, a cinematic journey, The Story Awakens, the table read, Building BB-8, Crafting Creatures, Blueprint of a Battle, the Snow Fight, The Visual Magic of the Force, John Williams, the 7th Symphony, Deleted Scenes, and Force for Change. Now, if that's all there is and it's a legit list, I'll be pretty annoyed, and I'll tell you why very soon. But Secrets of the Force Awakens, a cinematic journey could be like a 2-hour documentary. It's not going to be, but it could be. It sounds all-encompassing. So hopefully we get some substantial stuff. That's what I'm really hoping for here. Again, we heard that Mark Hamill specifically went to a studio to record stuff for the Blu-ray release, so I gotta wonder what that is. The Story Awakens, a table read. This could be a 5-minute fluff piece that just shows a few clips from them reading the script all together, the whole cast and everything. Or it could be the whole shebang. It could be the full 2-hour version of the movie, as read by the actors, all sat around all sat around in that picture that we saw. And of course, we would then get to see literally 2 hours of Mark Hamill doing nothing. Building BB-8 is probably going to be like a short featurette about the mechanics of the droid. Crafting creatures, about the practical creatures that they created for the film. Blueprint of a battle, the snow fight, that could be anything to do with the big fight over the Starkiller base with the X-Wings and the dogfights, or it could be more about the Rey, Kylo Ren, Finn fight in the forest. Visual Magic of the Force is obviously a featurette about the visual effects. John Williams' Seventh Symphony is obviously going to be about the score. And then deleted scenes. Apparently the editors of the film, or the editor, has said that there'll be about 7 or 8 deleted scenes. I'm not sure what, but there's one with Han Solo, there's one with Rey, but there's not much, they said. So, and then Force for Change, they're probably going to show some highlights of the stuff that they did with all the campaigning. Now, what bothers me, if that is the full and final list, is that we don't get the trailers. Man. What is it with people not including trailers on the Blu-ray now? It is perfect DVD Blu-ray fodder. You got them there, slap them on the disc. I mean, you were talking about 2 of my favourite trailers of all time when it comes to The Force Awakens, but I want to see everything. I want to see the Chinese trailer on there, the Japanese trailer on there, because they were awesome. Just put them all on there, all the teasers, all the trailers, all the TV spots. Why not? Why not, you know, just bump it up, you know? There's going to be apparently 3 discs, 2 Blu-rays, 1 DVD, so just pack that second Blu-ray to the absolute brim with everything you can. They got so much they can use. And another thing, no commentary. And that kind of just bugs me almost from a continuity standpoint, because all of the Star Wars films have gotten at least 2 commentaries on the Blu-ray release. So I really hope we get commentary, and that's not the final list, but it sounds very legitimate. But it could be completely fabricated. Who knows? Finally, we have some looks at the set building that's going on in Croatia, in Dubrovnik. Here's some pictures of some kind of pillar things that they're adding to the outside of this building in a street. So it seems like they're actually using the streets of Dubrovnik and not more like the coast and that kind of thing. So I don't know if this will be on the planet that Luke and Rey are on at the end of episode 7, if it's going to be a new planet, or a planet that we've seen before in The Force Awakens, or a planet that we've seen before in the original trilogy or the prequel trilogy. Who knows? There's not really much that kind of hints as to what we might be seeing in terms of the planet, but looks very cool, and it's again great to see that they're going out into Europe and they're building sets, putting them up and things like that. I mean, it's just, again, we're getting that practical feel, and I feel like that's just really going to make the film just as special as The Force Awakens was with all the practical locations. A few more things. Peter Mayhew still posting his pictures of his original 1976 script of Star Wars, I believe. We've seen a picture of Mark Hamill now next to the Space Bear Episode 8 chair with his daughter Chelsea's dog. So we're getting a lot of dog pictures from the set, and we also saw this from Ryan Johnson, who said that it was, I think, the beginning of week 2 or the end of week 2. And so again, we see him with a paper there, but over a very Star Warsy kind of table thing that will obviously be used in the film somewhere, which reminds me a little bit of when J.J. Abrams wrote a note that said, like, you know, are people talking about the Millennium Falcon being in this film? I can't really confirm that, and he put it on the sabacc table, the circular chess table. So obviously it's not as much of a hint as that was from J.J. Abrams, but it reminds me of that, you know, the director just posting something that is seemingly normal on top of something that is from the film, you know. So anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you, as always, with the next video.